Hello, everyone. Chris Prophy, musically obsessed. Keep trying to figure out a different way to say that. So I have an interesting topic for you today. I checked out a new, it's, I guess, like an indoor flea market today. And I wanted to check it out. First time I'd ever been there. I had heard that they sold some records there. And I got there, walked around, actually found, this little area where they sold records. I was looking around, flipping through records. And I'll do another video to show you some of the other few albums I got. And then I saw the Beatles, Let It Be. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go pull that out because actually Let It Be is definitely one of my favorite Beatles albums. I love Let It Be, I love Magical Mystery Tour, and I love the White Album. And I don't have any of them on vinyl, so I was like, okay, let me go look at this, Let It Be. And, so I pulled it out. And I noticed from just looking at the cover, it seemed like it wasn't as bright as I was expecting the cover on the vinyl to look. And I was thinking, oh, looks a little washed out, a little pale. But then I'm thinking, well, it's an old album, so maybe, the sun got to it a little bit or something like that. The guy had $22 on it. And, I looked at the price and I put it down and he's like, listen, I could do 16 on it if you want. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And he said, it's just got a little, cutout down here, which is not a big deal. So the cover was actually in pretty good shape. It's got the inside pictures. And I was looking at it. I'm like, these pictures seem kind of faded too. But, I had never seen an original pressing of the album. But when I got home, this is what threw me. I noticed that the label was almost an orangey color. And I don't know if you can pick that up on the film, but I had never seen an Apple label like this. So it was sort of orangey and sort of faded looking. And even the back with the cut apple, it wasn't as bright and as clear as I was expecting it to be. This almost looks, I don't know, it's hard to tell and maybe on this camera, but it almost looks like the color of a pumpkin. So I was a little confused, so I ended up doing a little research and I was wondering if somebody out there could help me, because I didn't realize that there were counterfeit copies of Let It Be made, actually quite a few counterfeit copies of it. I never knew that, and I'm wondering if I bought a fake counterfeit copy of Let It Be. So I looked it up, I did a little research. It says that the apple on the back of the cover should be bright red, not faded. Well, this apple on the back is faded. It's not bright red. So that is one sign maybe that this is a counterfeit copy. What else? It said that the skin tones in the pictures, if you have a counterfeit copy, are sort of washed out and pale looking, especially on George Harrison. Well, and again, it's hard to tell just by filming it, but when I look at it, and I told you when I saw it in the store, the pictures look sort of faded and washed out a little bit, and it's hard to tell on camera. But they definitely look washed out and just not as clear and as bright as I thought they might have looked. So that could be an indication that this is a counterfeit copy. And then it said also that the labels on the actual vinyl should be a bright red. Well, this is not a bright red. This is sort of an orangey, faded out copy. So all those signs point to the fact that this could probably be a counterfeit copy. But then it gets a little confusing for me, because then we get into what's stamped in the Runout grooves of the album. Okay? It said that in the Runout grooves, there should be stamped the words Bell Sound, because that's where it was mastered. Well, there's not the words Bell Sound on either side of this stamped out groove anywhere. Okay, so I don't see Bell Sound. It also says that next to Bell Sound, there should be the initials SF for Sam Feldman. He was the technician. Well, you know what's weird is I do have the initials SF, but it happens to be on side 2. And I'm not even going to try to show you because it's really small, but I do see the initials SF, so I have that. It also says that it should have a triangular stamp that says IAM, which stands for the International Association of Machinists Union. And I do have that on here. And it said that if it's a counterfeit copy, it might look like it's sort of, crudely carved in there. And mine does look a little crudely carved. It doesn't look like a real stamp of IAM. And it says it should have Phil and Ronnie very neatly written in the Runout groove, like almost like a signature, a script signature. Mine does have that. And they said on the counterfeit copies, it doesn't look as nice as the genuine copy. Well, mine actually looks pretty good. It looks like the real thing, Phil and Ronnie, for Phil Spector and Ronnie Spector. So I'm a little confused. I don't know whether this truly is a counterfeit copy. I mean, I'm thinking yes, it is. It's very interesting to me, though. I learned something today. I didn't even realize that there were counterfeit copies of Let It Be made. So if anybody out there in the VC could let me know, give me a little insight. I don't mind having a counterfeit copy. I think it's kind of actually a little neat. But let me know what you think. Again, I did a little research, found a few things out, but maybe you guys know something that I don't know. All right, so let me know. I'll be interested to hear what you think. And I'll do another video maybe tomorrow and just show you the other few albums that I got. All right, thank you.